Welcome to Crochet Park. Let's explore the Petalbloom crochet bag together today. This bag is 25 centimeters in height and 36 centimeters in width. This is the DIY kit we need to crochet this bag. The Petalbloom kit is used in the instructional video. The yellow version of the bag uses a total of 6 balls of fine yarn. The green version of the bag uses a total of 4 balls of fine yarn. This is the zipper required for the bag. There are 2 crochet hooks, one in size 3.5 and the other in size 4.0. Stitch markers. Plastic hand sewing needles. Transparent thread. The bag's bottom. The bag strap and screws. After organizing the accessories, let's start crocheting the Petalbloom bag. First, let's divide the bag into 5 simple parts. The green part of the body of the bag, the white part, the lace trim, the bag strap, decorative flower. Start with the first part. Begin crocheting from the bottom. Take out the base and the 3.0 crochet hook, the stitch marker, hand sewing needle and yellow yarn. Pick up the base with the side that has the nails facing you. Find the hole in the center of the base. Count from the left and place a stitch marker in the 8th hole. Similarly, count from the center hole to the 8th hole on the right and mark it with a stitch marker. Similarly, turn the base over and count from the center to the 8th hole on both sides, marking each with a stitch marker. Once the stitch markers are in place, we can start crocheting. Take out the 3.0 crochet hook. Start crocheting in the center hole. Find the yarn tail. First wrap it once around your pinky, then wrap it over your index finger. Pinch it with your thumb. Take the base with the side that has the rivet facing you. Place the yarn tail on the back of the base and hold it down with your hand. Insert the crochet hook through the center hole, yarn over, and pull the yarn through. The base has a total of 52 holes, and you need to crochet 96 stitches in total. Continue inserting the hook into the first hole, yarn over, and pull through. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. This is a single crochet. Later, we will crochet in the V shape. Place a stitch marker in the first single crochet. Continue doing single crochet stitches. Start crocheting in the second hole. In the second hole, make 2 single crochets. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops to make our first single crochet in second hole. This forms a small post with a V shape that you can insert the hook through. Do second single crochet stitches in the second hole. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops to complete our second single crochet. One V shape represents 1 single crochet. Including the previous chain stitch, a total of 4 stitches have been crocheted. Next, continue crocheting into the third hole and do 3 single crochets in the third hole. Next, continue to work 2 single crochets in the fourth hole. The 2 single crochets in the fourth hole are completed. Crochet 2 single crochets in the fifth hole as well. Do 3 single crochets in the sixth hole. Three single make are completed. Work 2 single crochets in the seventh hole. Make 2 single crochets in the eighth hole. Then we have finished crocheting this half side on top. Let's start crocheting both side sections. Work 1 single crochet in the first hole. Work a single crochet into the second stitch. In the third stitch, we work 2 single crochets.
1, 2.
Do the corresponding number of single crochets in the holes indicated by right diagram. Make 2 single crochets in the third hole. Then, we continue crocheting in a loop until we reach the hole before the stitch marker. Follow the pattern and finish crocheting this row. Next, I'll demonstrate it once more for everyone. You can finish the rest part by your own.
Now leave last 2 holes. Continue to do single crochet according to instruction. Work 2 single crochet in last hole. Finish first one. When we do second stitch, we should pay attention. Put down the current working yarn. Pick up the thread. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Pull out. Now we finish the first round. Totally, there are 96 stitches include chain stitch. You can count the V-shape to confirm it. Next, remove the marker. We need to contact the first stitch and last stitch. Insert the hook through the first V-shape of this round. Pull the thread through the stitch. Then locate the last stitch of this round. Insert the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over and pull it through. Now we finish the first round. Now let me teach you how to hide the thread. Pick up the sewing needle. Insert into the loops. Pull thread through the loops. Then we can cut the excess thread.
Next, start crocheting the second part of the bag body. Switch to a 4.5 millimeters hook. Insert the hook into the center of any V-shape. There is a horizontal line behind each V-shape. The hook needs to go through the center of the V shape and also through the horizontal line at the back. After inserting the hook through, make one single crochet. Immediately after, crochet one chain stitch. After completing the crochet, continue to insert the hook through the middle of the V shape and the back horizontal bar. Then make a single crochet. At this point, there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. This is the first single crochet. A V shape will form above. Place a stitch marker above the first single crochet to mark it. You just made a single crochet and a chain stitch, so now there are 2 stitches in total. For the remaining stitches, insert the hook through the center of each V shape and the horizontal line at the back, then make one single crochet. Including the starting chain stitch, you need to crochet a total of 96 stitches. Continue inserting the hook through the center of each V shape and the horizontal line at the back. Yarn over and do a single crochet. Make one single crochet behind each V shape, following the same method as before. Demonstrate it one more time, then complete the remaining part following the pattern's method. After completing the last stitch, I will show you how to join the round. Pull the loop of the last stitch to lengthen it. Find the position of the stitch marker on the first single crochet. Remove the stitch marker. Insert the hook from the back through the V shape. Then loop the yarn onto the crochet hook and pull through. You can pull the loop a bit smaller. A horizontal line will form here. Mark it with a stitch marker. Pull the loop on the hook a bit smaller. Pinch the loop on the hook with your fingers. Find the position of the first single crochet. Insert the hook under the first single crochet. Pull the working yarn through. Pull it up to the same height as the yarn held by your left hand. Then place the loop from behind onto the hook. There are 2 loops on the crochet hook now. Then, yarn over with the hook and pull through both loops at once. This is the first stitch. Then, the connection is complete. If you have any doubts, you can watch the video a few more times to learn. The position where you just placed the stitch marker is the first stitch of this row. The stitch marker can be removed. Go back. Insert the hook at the position of the first stitch here. Yarn over with the hook and pull through the working yarn. Currently, there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over with the hook and pull through both loops. A V shape is formed here at the top. This is the first motif. Mark it with a stitch marker. This will make it easier for the connection part later. Here we have finished crocheting the first motif. Then continue crocheting. Next, let's learn how to crochet the second motif. After finishing the motif, here is our first stitch. This is the second stitch. We skip the first stitch and insert the hook under the second single crochet. Pass through and yarn over with the working yarn to pull it through. Next, work a single crochet. Go back and find the position of the first stitch's V shape. Insert the hook under the V shape of the first stitch. Yarn over with the working yarn and make a single crochet. The second motif is now complete. Then we continue crocheting. It's the same method as before. Insert the hook at the base of the second single crochet. Yarn over with the hook, pull it through, and then work a single crochet. Then, go back and find the hole beneath the first V shape. Insert the hook through and work single crochet. This is our third motif. I will demonstrate the same method again for everyone. Skip first stitch. Insert the hook at the base of the second single crochet stitch. Yarn over with the hook, pull it through, and then work a single crochet. Then go back and find a hole beneath the first V shape. Insert the hook through and work single crochet. Next, complete this round of crocheting on your own. During the crocheting process, you might encounter a knot like this. Let's teach everyone how to handle it. Use scissors to cut off the knot. Then, it will become two separate pieces of yarn. Continue crocheting with the remaining short piece of yarn. Skip a stitch here. Find the position of the next stitch and insert the hook. Here, make a half stitch, then take the other half of the yarn and yarn over with it in your hand. Place the working yarn to the back. This way, there will be two yarn ends at the back. Then, yarn over with the long working yarn and pull it through. This way, we have successfully made the connection. Then, tuck these two yarn ends into the fabric. Let's learn how to weave these two yarn ends into the fabric. Continue crocheting. Gently pull these two yarn ends and tuck them to the back. Continue crocheting. Skip one stitch, insert the hook, and make a single crochet. Then place these two yarn ends over the hook. Let's continue crocheting. Keep crocheting like this, weaving in the excess yarn as you go. The rest part of this round is same with before. You can crochet by your own. After finishing the last motif, you can check it. This motif counts as one set, with a total of 48 sets. After completing all 48 sets, we will join the beginning and end of this round. Make the connection at the stitch marker's position. First, remove the stitch marker. Pull the loop on the hook a bit longer. Insert the hook from the back at the stitch position and pull the loop through. Then, adjust the working yarn and pull the loop on the hook tight. Pinch the loop on the hook and remove the hook. This is our first motif. This is our second motif. Then, insert the hook at the hole in the lower right corner of the second motif. For the second flower pattern, insert the hook here at the corner of the slanted edge. Here, work our first single crochet. The second single crochet is placed in the center of the first pattern. Insert the hook at here. Alright, let's demonstrate the crochet for everyone to see. We will first find the position of the second flower pattern. Insert the hook through the hole beneath the slash. Use the hook to pull up the working yarn and complete the first single crochet. Pull the loop a little longer. Pull it until it is the same height as the loop held by your left hand. Then, place this loop onto the hook. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over with the hook and pull through both loops on the hook. The first stitch of the first flower pattern is now complete. Next, let me show you how to do second stitch of this flower pattern. Find the center position of the slash and insert the hook. The second single crochet stitch is now complete. The first flower pattern of this round is now complete. Then, place a stitch marker at the position of the first stitch. This will help us when finishing to make the connection. The stitch insertion point for the first stitch of the second flower pattern is here. For the second stitch, we go back to previous stitch. The center position. Start crocheting. Insert the hook in front of the first flower pattern and make a single crochet stitch. Then, for the second stitch, make a single crochet in the center of the previous one here. This way, the second flower pattern is complete. The first 2 flower patterns are done the same way. Let me demonstrate them again for everyone. Using the same method, now continue and complete this round. This is still the second round. There will be a total of 48 flower patterns. We can check whether total number is right. After 48 floral motifs have been crocheted, begin to fasten off and join. Let's remove the stitch marker from it. Still the same method. Lengthen the loop. Then we insert the hook from the back. Insert through this V-stitch. Place this loop onto the hook. Pull the yarn through the loop. Pull the working yarn tight. Tighten the loop on the crochet hook a bit. Then we hold this loop. Alright, let's find the stitch insertion point. Here is our first stitch pattern. We also can find the second pattern. The first stitch under the diagonal base of the second floral pattern. Then the second stitch goes into the first floral motif here. Insert hook into center stitch. Start crocheting. Insert the hook into the base of the second diagonal floral motif. Pull through the loop. Lengthen and drag to the same height as this loop. Place this loop onto the crochet hook. 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. The first stitch of our first pattern is crocheted. Start crocheting the second stitch. Find the first flower in this second round. First flower pattern. Then go back to the middle of the first floral pattern and insert the hook. Work a single crochet stitch. Here, the first floral motif of the third round is completed. Then, place a stitch marker at the first marked position. Continue with the same method. The crochet method for the yellow parts is the same. The number of rounds crocheted here is not fixed. If your tension is loose, this color can probably be crocheted for about 6 to 7 rounds. With tight tension, you can crochet up to 8 to 9 rounds. When there isn't enough yellow yarn left to complete a full round during the process, in order to ensure the color integrity of this round, you can remove this half circle and replace it with a new color line. If you don't mind having 2 colors of yarn in one round, you can use the following method to change the yarn directly. The second method will make the bag higher. Combine the video tutorial and the method shown in the images to complete the remaining part of the bag body. Part 3. Let's teach how to change to the white yarn. When you reach the second stitch of the last flower motif, we don't finish crocheting it. Take out the yarn in the color you want to change to. Find the position of the thread end. Tuck the white yarn inside the bag. Start crocheting directly with the white yarn. Then continue with the same crochet method. Alright, let's connect them now. Continue crocheting with the yellow part and flower motif as before. Tighten the white yarn end. Let's continue crocheting and finish this flower motif. We can hide this yarn end in the same way as we did with the previous ones. Place it over the hook. Press it into the bag. Do single crochet. Place a stitch marker on it. The white yarn has been changed successfully. Use the same method to crochet and complete the white part. Alright, I've finished crocheting the body part of the bag. I have crocheted 24 rows here. Then, we need to leave a leftover half skein of yarn. This is to be used for crocheting the last 2 rows. This row is to reserve the position for the strap. The other row is for the edging. You need to leave half a skein of yarn in total. Then, I have crocheted a total of 24 rows here. If we crochet tightly, we can probably crochet up to 25 to 26 rows. If we crochet loosely, it will be around 24 to 25 rows. Alright, then I will finish crocheting these last few stitches. After finishing the crochet, connect it. The connection method here is the same as before. Continue crocheting one more row in the same way. Here, you need to leave an opening for the strap. As you can see, we need to leave 2 flower motifs worth of space. Leave the space in the middle. Take out the strap. Place the strap in the middle position. Then, find the position where we need to leave an opening. You can decide the position you want to install strap. The size of the reserved hole should be the same as the size of the two flower motifs. Once you find the position for the strap, place stitch markers at the V-shaped parts on the two flower motifs. This is the position we will leave open for later. Also, set the position on the right side. Find the V-shaped part on the flower motif. Place stitch markers on the two V-shaped parts. Two V-shaped parts. The same marking method applies to the opposite side. Now, crochet up to the flower motif before the stitch marker. Continue crocheting to the position below the stitch marker. Continue crocheting 2 chain stitches. Then, we crochet 2 chain stitches. If you crochet normally, you would insert the hook into the next flower motif. Because we need to leave space for the strap. So, skip one flower motif and start crocheting in the next one. Continue crocheting normally using the previous method. This way, you will have reserved space for the strap. This is the area where the strap will be added. Continue crocheting to the position of the next stitch marker. You have crocheted to the position of the stitch marker. Continue crocheting to finish the last flower motif. Using the same method, continue crocheting 2 chain stitches. We normally crochet here. Skip one motif. Start crocheting in the next motif. Start inserting the needle from this point in front. Crochet single crochet. Do a single crochet below the next V-shape. The position for the strap is now reserved. Continue crocheting using the same method. We crochet to the third position where we need to leave a space. Still the same method. The last pattern is completed with the crochet hook. Next, crochet 2 chain stitches. Then we start with an empty stitch. Insert into the next stitch. Continue crocheting in the same way to complete this round. The position for the third strap is now reserved. Bag position reservation completed. We have taken off all the stitch markers. At this point, you have crocheted to the last stitch of this round. The connection method here is different from the previous one. Find the position of the first stitch marker. Take off the snap fastener. We insert the hook directly into it. Then hook the working yarn over. We directly take this thread. Hook the loop onto our crochet hook. Okay, we have finished this slip stitch. Next, you can start crocheting the lace part. Start crocheting lace. After we finish the slip stitch, first make a slip stitch. We are at the same slip stitch position. Insert the crochet hook. Pull the yarn through and then twist it. hook it directly into our loop. Then crochet another chain stitch. This is our lace stitch. Here the crochet is completed, and then we move to the position of the next stitch. Still the same method. Insert the crochet hook. Hook the yarn over. Then pull out this loop from loop on the hook. Then continue to crochet a chain stitch. This is how we crochet lace. We are following under each V-stitch. Each one is given a lace like this. Okay, next stitch, insert the needle. Insert the hook, yarn over, and pull through. Then directly pull the yarn through the loop on the hook. Then crochet a chain stitch. Now we have crocheted 3 lace edges. We will crochet one at the back for it. Let me demonstrate it again for everyone. Hook over. This loop is directly pulled into the loop on the hook. Then crochet a chain stitch. Use the same method to crochet up to the reserved holes for the bag strap. Crochet to the position where the strap is reserved. We insert the crochet hook directly into it. Hook over. Next, crochet a chain stitch. Just crochet 2 directly into the reserved hole. Then we will continue to crochet as usual, underneath each of these V shapes. Crochet a lace with this pattern. The reserved positions for the 3 straps at the back are all done in the same way. Crochet 2 lace pieces in the reserved holes. Complete the lace part using the same method. At the end, pull the loop on the hook to make it longer. Leave a tail and cut the yarn. Pull out the working yarn. Take out the plastic hand sewing needle. At the beginning of the lace, the plastic hand sewing needle passes through the bottom of the V shape. Pass through from the back and sew the joint. After hiding it, cut off the excess thread. The overall bag is now complete. After completion, take out the bag strap, the rivets and screwdriver inside the accessories. We start installing the strap. One end of the strap passes through the reserved hole. Then fold the 2 holes of the strap part in half. Okay, align the 2 holes. Insert the smooth side of the rivet through the 2 holes in the bag strap. Translate this small rivet. Pass it through from the back for him. Align these 2 rivets. Then tighten it. Tighten it, and the installation is complete. Then, use the same method to pass it through here. Then fold the strap in half. Align the holes of the 2 bag straps. Insert the smooth side of the rivet through the 2 holes in the strap. Pass the small one through from the back. Then align the 2 screws. Fix it in place. The strap on the other side is done in the same way. We start installing the zipper part. We first take out the zipper. Transparent thread and hand sewing needle. The zipper is facing upwards. There are pre-marked needle holes here for sewing. Place the zipper inside the bag. Then align the needle hole with the bottom part of this lace. We sew it in for him along this lace like this. Let us demonstrate for everyone. Just sew back and forth like this. We will sew this zipper onto the bag. Then it came to the position of the bag strap. Insert the needle here under the bag strap. The line below here holds up. Complete the zipper part using the same method,